Hey everyone, welcome back to episode 11 of the Navit Files. I'm here with my co-host Erin. Erin, hi, how's it going?
Good. How are you? How's everyone in the world?
I think we're all hopefully doing pretty well on Wednesday. It's hump
Yes.
day, so there's that. Let's kick it off with our favorite topic of the day, self-care. Erin, do you have a self-care today? Did you do anything for yourself?
I No, but I
Okay.
did. So everyone will have seen that we have been doing a lot of videos from home because I have very busy days, and then the end is like working at home. But today, I've been like the last couple days, I've been like, I really actually want to dress up, wear makeup, and
Great,
go out.
yeah.
Yeah, thank you. And there's a holiday party at this, and this is our workspace that we have co-shared workspace. So I got to go out. I got to like actually get dressed,
Oh my God.
feel pretty, and go outside.
You're a real human. I'm so excited. So you're going to do the holiday party after this?
Yes, I will not. You will
Fun.
not see me again like this. Well, the holiday season is
Yeah,
like
no, holiday
once a,
season is
once
great.
a week.
I feel like our holiday season, it's funny, we put in our tree. So we got home from San Francisco on Sunday and then we put up our tree. We got off the plane, bought the tree.
As you were,
Oh
my God.
And but we like couldn't fit it in because we'd taken my car to the airport. My car is small, so we couldn't bring it with us when we bought it. So John brought it home on Monday night, and it's like in the corner of our living room, which I have like an eye shot of, and because it's like big and it's like this big dark thing, if I don't have the lights on, I keep thinking it's like a big scary intruder. I keep being like
What is it?
oh God.
Did you decorate it, or does it have at least the light?
We finished the lights last night. We underestimated its size. So
Oh,
we had to trim it down to get in the door. And
oh,
then we underestimated the amount of lights we needed. So we finished the lights last night and we were all pretty tired. So we're going to put
yes.
the ornaments on tonight if we're not too exhausted.
Okay,
I
fair
had
enough.
2 blog articles to write tonight. So like by we, I mean John.
Exactly. While you type from the couch and say, "Oh, it looks great, honey."
Yeah.
Brilliant.
I mean,
I
if
love
you
it.
guys
Well
haven't
done.
figured out by now, that's pretty much our relationship.
Yeah.
So.
And it works.
It
God bless them.
it totally works. I have a fun self-care as a brief
What?
aside. It was my first ski day during the lunch hour because the track
Oh,
that they groom close to home is finally open, and it was so cool. It was so hard, first of all. Like if anybody needs like a change up to their routine, I seriously encourage you to like hop on a bike or do the stair, like do something that you haven't done in a long time, hopefully outside. But so I went skate skiing. It wasn't my first time, but it was the first time on the Olympic course because that's the course in town. And like real athletes, like real skate skiers and cross country athletes were on the track. And it was
training
like
for the Olympics.
people were like passing, people were like boom, 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 and I'm just like, like it's like the little train that could. It's like I think I can.
I think yes.
It was
We
It was
all can.
awesome. The whole time I was like, this is totally my self-care day today. Like,
Going out with the big guys and trying to
yeah.
survive.
Yeah, and it's like I looked at my phone like at the halfway point. I was like, oh, I'm sure it's been a half an hour, 15 minutes.
15, yes. God, do I know that feeling.
Yeah.
My body hurts.
Yeah.
No.
But it was awesome. So more tidbits and insights on that to come. I'm going to go right into the marketing play for today because we have a lot of things to talk about today. And my key play for the day, as I am mapping out our campaign, our really exciting launch campaign for our key product, is leveraging examples. So thank God for Google and the internet. I think when we can often get like sidetracked with kind of the nitty gritty like needs and to-dos of campaign management. So what I like to do at the start of any campaign is just do like a deep dive half day on the brands that I really admire and that are similar to our own in voice, message, purpose, value, intention, blah, blah, blah.
Yes.
To a key audience being a big one there, and figuring out what they've done right, what they've done wrong, and then how we can replicate that. Yes. So for instance, I told Erin I kind of looked like a manic, crazy person on our Slack channel today with our entire marketing team, because I was like, "Ooh, I like this idea. Ooh, I like that." Yeah. Nobody was responding to me. It was like radio silence, and it was one of those like, like nervously awaiting like a text from a boy. I was like, "Ooh, did they like it?" Like I had my Slack channel up, and I had like my Google Doc.
Like, what do they think of this? Yeah. And even while I was in meetings and I was not like seeing it until I saw the end where you're like, "I'm sorry, I'm manic today." I'm like, "What are you talking about?"
It was a lot. There was a lot of things in my life going on today. So I just decided to devote like a research day, which was actually really helpful. And I think like one of the kind of, key reminders that I got from that process was whenever you launch a campaign, especially if you're launching a new product, it's important to harpen on your brand identity and crafting like, basically kind of like a mission statement that you can broadcast to your target audience, and how that brand kind of story and identity fits into the campaign message. So like Warby Parker does a really good job of that. The razor company Billy does a really good job of that. And I think those are both kind of key insights. Ironically, razors seem to do like really well at branding, because Gillette has a new campaign around, I'm gonna botch this, it's like the best a man can be. It's some kind of hashtag around like and can be better, and they're like capturing this whole social impact kind of campaign. And all the research, to be fair, that I was doing was like the brands that win are the ones that can capture some kind of political or social justice initiative. So Billy has done really great on the space because they leverage the pink tax, voice and impact of saying like, well, your pink razor, literally a pink razor should not be 15 to 20% marked up.
Totally.
When it's literally the same thing and it's made in the same place and it's got the same materials. It's just sold to a female. So Billy's whole message is exploiting the pink tax for what it is, and creating razors at the same price for women as they are for men.
And what I loved, it's amazing. And they're also playing on this movement in the younger generation about hair, which is so interesting. Like you're taking it off with the razor, but they are embracing it. They're showing it. They're like, what was it? Tomboy is like,
it was an awesome, it almost felt like a Lizzo song. I don't know.
I was like, did they?
But it was like, I'm a tomboy. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I was like, I want that rap song. I want it on Spotify right now. That's amazing. And like, so you can be human and real, and they show cellulite and like human and
they're real women.
Save your legs.
Exactly. It's like, they're very real women. With real hair, and like, guess what? That's a real thing.
It's for you, but you can still buy a razor and shave it off if you damn well want to.
Exactly. It's like, it's like buy the fucking latte if you want to.
Yeah.
Or,
totally
think about maybe putting a couple extra dollars to your savings account this year. Like there's the same kind of methodology there. So
it's cool.
So that was kind of my marketing plan. I'm sorry it's not like more tangible, but I would say, I was kind of feeling like we did a lot of things yesterday. That's why we skipped an episode yesterday, because we were uber productive. Like Erin and I planned out our entire second season of the podcast yesterday. And I think when you have days of like that hyper productivity, you're like likely to crash the next day. So I got onto this document of campaign planning, and I was just like, creative juices, where are you? They're not flowing. They're not flowing at all.
Well, that's self-care right there, like being conscious. And then my takeaway of your marketing today is also like, it's okay to block time and just research and like take time to digest and not have to, always have meetings or always have to be on the go. Like sometimes you need that integration and research time.
Yeah, I think that's cool. I think that's a good point. And then for, that's a great time. It's a great time of year to do that, basically. It's December.
Yes.
You're not really taking a ton of calls anyway. Like use it to plan and use it to like evaluate the landscape. Everybody assumes that if you're a CMO, like you have your finger on, finger on the dial or whatever that's like. I'm so tired. Oh my God.
Pulse dial.
Pulse. God, Maia, use words.
Tired. It's okay.
Yes. of like, and that what basically of what everybody else has been doing. Like everybody assumes that I know what every Fortune 500 brand has done for the past 3 years. I'm like, you know what? I don't like, and I don't care.
No, let's
be honest. Like, if what I'll know when I need to, but right now I only need to know what the people that who are targeting our target audience is also trying to capture.
Focus on us. That's actually been a really good lesson for me in the bank, like from the banking product side of, there are a million apps out there that are doing various different things. And it's definitely important, just like you, to like have a pulse on your, in your case, the brands, but me on the products, like, okay, what's happening? The kind of, what's the social changes that are occurring? And from my side, where are the banking and business things are? And yet, my whole thing right now is like, and yet we have a product with users that want to use our product. So why don't we focus on ourselves? Like, I'm done thinking about all the other people and what they've done. Now it's our turn. I needed to consume that information and like understand that. But now it's like our turn. Like now we have an amazing cohort of women that want this product, and I'm done thinking about anyone else. Let's think about us. Like done.
Yeah, let's think all about it now. Stop feeling guilty and stop apologizing.
Yeah, I mean, apologizing for what? That we segment the market? Like, screw them.
Yeah, seriously. True.
Yes.
They segmented it first. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. What are we talking about in the world of finance?
Okay. Today? Well, so this is half finance. This is half business ownership.
So that counts.
Yes, thank you.
That counts. Product and finance.
So our name is Navit, and we wanted to protect our IP at the very beginning, probably 2017-ish. I was like, we need to trademark our name because that's one of the only things you have, especially if you're building a brand, and we're building a brand that's really important visually. So we went to the good old U.S. Patent Office, and we had got a great lawyer here. She's a lawyer. Also, like, our demographic, very cool and definitely like on board with fighting for us. So one thing to know about if you want to trademark something, trademarking is really important because you could get 10 years in and have an amazing product and someone could come challenge you or use your brand and there would be no recourse if you haven't actually patented or copyrighted or trademarked your whatever it is, if it's either your name or your branding or your actual product. So that's important to do early. But then also it's a process, right? And the minute you submit is the date that it is actively yours. So you can backdate it. Essentially it's backdate. If there's anything in between the time that you submit the application and then the year that it takes the patent office to review it. Yeah. You can, if there's anything in there that someone comes, you got there first, and also you can challenge anything within after that. So you want to do it early. We did this, and then lo and behold, 6 months later, my lawyer gets this fancy letter from Navient with an E-N-T, which is one of the biggest student loan bureaus of like loan ever. Like Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, in the crisis of the 2008, 2009 thing, like Navient pulled their money. Like they're huge, like $1 trillion of loans. And we're like tiny little Navit in Seattle, with prototype of an idea. They challenged, and they got their fancy ass law firm. And my lawyer was like, you know what? I think this is their lawyers on retainer trying to justify their retainer. Like, we're not doing student loans. We're not, going after. But so they challenged us. And at that, it was a pivotal moment in my entrepreneurship where I was like, it was a little terrifying. Yeah. This huge company is coming after little old us. And also, fuck them. Like I had a moment of like, do you like bow to, kowtow to these big guys with a lot of money in my tiny little budget, or do you stand up and do you fight? Yeah. And we fought. Yes. And yes. And also the fear of that was also obviously like, how much money is this going to cost me in lawyer fees trying to fight this thing for these people that have, millions of dollars in legal, budget lines. Yeah. So we pushed back. We came to a compromise where we took out certain, they we took out certain things, like we will never be a student loan debt initiator. But we maintained our trademark. We got it. And my lawyer just sent it. It just
so excited. Look how pretty it looks. So good.
So it was a good lesson in not letting fear make me do something that I didn't need to do, and that I had a justifiable argument for.
I love it. That's great. So we're doing 2 of these today because we are busy ladies this week. So we're going to hold off on your other financial tip for episode 12. So let's finish off the day with everybody's favorite topic. Erin, what's your real talk today?
My real talk is, it is getting way too dark here, way too early, and it makes me want to crawl in bed and nothing. But I fight it, and I go out and I do all the things I have to do, but I am much nicer to myself after. Like sometimes I like to work out, or I like to do things after I put the kids in bed. My body and the season is telling me, just nest. Like, don't put yourself sleep.
Yeah, I'm reading, I think I've mentioned this before, but I'm reading a really good book called How We Sleep.
Yes.
And it has been very illuminating to force myself to think about sleep in the same way that I do other aspects of my performance. And obviously as a gym rat, like obviously as an athlete, that's never been something, because when you're an athlete and you're young, it's like you sleep. It's not a thing that you think about when you're a kid. But obviously I'm definitely not a kid, and I'm definitely not like my younger sleep year. No, I have trouble sleeping now, and it's just a thing. Yeah. And I think a lot of people legitimize the fact that, I can survive on 4 hours of sleep. Like, you start to kind of build up that mental like retention almost of being able to just pursue throughout the day. And that's actually that's obviously not healthy, but it's also not true. There's less than 1% of the entire population can actually perform at their same capacity with 5 hours of sleep.
Right.
And everybody else needs 7+ every night.
But also, isn't it really person specific? Like, you might need 7 and I might need 8, or like
7 is the minimum threshold. So some people might need 10. Yes. I don't think I'm that person, but like, fuck that. If I am, I'm screwed. Yeah. But I mean, it's a fascinating book. Yeah. I like how he wrote in the intro, if this makes you go to sleep, I want this book to help you go to sleep. That would be like, I'm the only author that would ever say this, but I hope
go to sleep.
Book helps you go to sleep.
I read myself to sleep. Okay, so when you have children, this is going to be, there is
one child, and very distant.
When and if, no pressure, it's not me, but you do you. There's a book called Go the Fuck to Sleep.
Oh my God.
It is the funniest. When you're like a year in, I will send it to you. And Morgan Freeman does the audio version of it. Oh my God. It is so funny. It's exactly what you need to hear after a year of sleep deprivation. And Morgan Freeman being like, no, you do not need another glass of water. Go the fuck to sleep. Like talking to your child. You're like, yes, he understands me.
I love it so much. And honestly, Headspace has really helped my sleep. So I think when I'm done with this book, I'm going to do like a long form blog article of just like all the things that I learned from him. But Headspace is also like, we're obviously a money app. We want to help encourage you to spend your money wisely and not on like, frivolous things. But this is like the best $35 I've ever spent in my entire life. It's
not frivolous. If it changes your life, it's not frivolous.
Buy the fucking app. Go the fuck to sleep and buy the fucking app. Yes. Honestly, I would if you have such a hard time sleeping like I do, like as hard of a time as I do sleeping, I would rather you buy Headspace before you bought Nabbit. Like,
my God.
I feel like I want you on our app. But if you are not sleeping through the night ever at all, please buy Headspace.
I think you're shooting the CEO in the heart over here, but you could do both.
You can do both. But if you
only have it to budget for it,
buy one app this month, please buy Headspace and then come back to us next month.
Okay, I'm with you. And use us to budget for it.
Yes, exactly. Well, you can do the yearly subscription. So it's only a year. You pay $30 once and it's the whole year. Okay. Yeah, do it.
That's amazing.
Do it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I love it. Okay.
We'll be back in a few minutes with episode number 2 of this 2-part series.
I might be on my phone. Sorry. Bye.
Yeah, exactly. Bye, guys.